Today, I am announcing my plan to cut home building taxes by $100,000 per home.
It used to be that it took an average of 25 years to pay off a mortgage. Now, Canadians on average have to save up for 29 years just to make a down payment. David Menzies for Rebel News here in Milton, Ontario, and we're at the latest Pierre Poilievre press conference that just wrapped up. And this one was all about saving Canadians $100,000 on a new home purchase. And Mr. Poilievre says he's going to do that by eliminating the GST, by cutting red tape, and by getting the bureaucracy out of the way. Here's what he had to say.
Today, I am announcing my plan to cut home building taxes by $100,000 per home so that Canadians can save money when they buy. I'll do this by, one, incentivizing municipalities to cut building taxes, and two, by eliminating the federal sales tax on new homes. Each of those measures will save up to $50 grand on the cost of a single home. That's a total of $100,000. In fact, the GST elimination will be even more powerful in big centres like the GTA and the Greater Vancouver area, because there housing is more expensive, and therefore the value of that tax cut will be as much as $65,000 alone, on top of the new tax cuts that I'm announcing today through these municipal incentives. My government will also require municipalities to publicly report their development charges and explain how the federal reimbursement will be used so Canadian municipalities are accountable when they reduce these fees. Over 3 terms, the Liberal government has allowed taxes and development charges to spiral out of control, making the cost of housing even more expensive. Today, in Ontario, 30% of the cost of a new home is just direct government taxes. Sales tax, land transfer tax, development taxes. On top of that, there are thousands of dollars of soft costs like delays, zoning, consultants, lobbyists, lawyers, and countless other fees. More money from a new home today built in Canada goes to bureaucrats in office buildings than goes to the carpenters, electricians, and plumbers that actually build the homes. Here in Toronto, development charges or building taxes have gone from $30,000 to $140,000. Across Canada, development charges are up $27,000 in the last 2 years. These government costs are passed on to home buyers, turning the dream of home ownership into a nightmare. Instead of challenging these city gatekeepers who jack up development charges, the Liberals have rewarded them. Take the City of Toronto. The Liberals gave the City of Toronto $471 million as a reward for having increased their development charges by 42%. What is the consequence of this for everyday Canadians? Construction is down 39% this year in Toronto. In Victoria and Ottawa, it's the same story. More federal money to reward municipal politicians who've jacked up home building costs. They both raised their fees by 21 and 55% both raised their fees, and resulting reductions in home building have been 21% in Ottawa and 55% in Victoria. Now, Mark Carney has publicly committed to continuing with these same policies. His present-day Liberal housing minister says that the federal government will keep giving money to municipalities who raise home building taxes. Mr. Carney has also brought in the same housing minister that gave us the worst housing costs in the history of Canada, Sean Fraser. The same Liberal MPs, same Liberal ministers, same Liberal policies, same Liberal promises that doubled housing costs. We can't double down on doubling costs.
And really, this kind of help is sorely needed. Mr. Poilievre noted it used to be that it took an average of 25 years to pay off a mortgage. Now, Canadians, on average, have to save up for 29 years just to make a down payment. This is a result, he says, of the lost Liberal decade of rising costs, rising taxes, and for that matter, rising crime. He also spoke about his 3 strikes and you're out deal. By the way, folks, on the subject of selective media at the presser today, most of the queries Mr. Poilievre took were from mainstream media, including, incredibly, CTV News, which, as you know, last year butchered tape to make Mr. Poilievre look like he was saying something that he did not. It's astonishing.
Poilievre brought the allegation to the floor of the House of Commons today.
I know that the media has worked hard to try and avoid me saying the words carbon tax, as we saw in the extremely dishonest and fraudulent report from Bell Media-controlled CTV, who's a company that is whose bonds have been downgraded to near junk status as its overpaid CEO empties the books to pay his wealthy friends an unacceptably and unrealistically high dividend.
But you know what? We're going to continue on this campaign trail. It's too important, this election. And if you can, we need your help. Please go to campaign2025.com. That's campaign2025.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation. Hey folks, April 28th will be here before you know it. And this is such an important election, but the thing is, we need your help. Please go to campaign2025.com, campaign2025.com. Please, if you're able to, make a donation. Unlike the mainstream media, we do not get a single nickel of Mark Carney welfare. Please make a donation if you can.